Good evening, everyone. I hope y'all can hear me. I was having some trouble with my mic. It was echoing really bad. It was driving me crazy. So I made a switch, and hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can't. My phone's not blowing up yet, so I hope you can hear me. Let me get this camera right. All right. So, good evening. My name is Dusty, and I am the host of the 321 Report. What I talk about here is true crime mostly, but also some human behavior stuff, why people do things that they do, the psychology behind it. I like to do investigations and research, and I like to come up with theories. A lot of people don't like that. They like to tell me how wrong I am a lot, so, or whatever. We don't know yet how wrong I am. One of these days we'll find out if I'm wrong or not. I'm sure I'm wrong a lot of the time. I know I'm wrong all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of my theories come up to be far from the truth. So I welcome all of you that are here. If you're here for the first time, hang around. It gets pretty wild. I want you all to behave in the chat tonight. Yeah, there was something that happened last week that I think that I had a little bit of information. Excuse me. I had a little bit of information from looking over here on the chat and not knowing the context of a few things, and I started like muting people. And then later on, Tiffany told me, "What'd you do?" Or she asked me, "What'd you do that for?" They didn't do anything, and she explained the situation to me. So I did write an apology to that person, because when I do something that's not right, I guess is how you could say it, I like to make amends for that. So that's what I did. I don't know if it's, I usually don't get nervous, but it seems like right when I go to get on the air, I start getting like, my throat gets all weird. So excuse me for drinking on air, but I'll try to clear my throat, get on with this. So there's a lot to cover tonight. I have a lot of information about different cases. There's been some news come up in a few different areas that I'm going to touch on. Excuse me. I'm also going to talk about upcoming events for Suzanne Morphew. Her birthday is 2 days from today, April 30th. It will be her 50th birthday. Unfortunately, it'll be, as far as I know, it'll be her first birthday where she's not able to celebrate it with her family and people close to her, which is very sad. But if you believe in an afterlife and you believe in that sort of thing, and in a place we go after this life, then you'll know that she is probably going to celebrate with some loved ones who have passed on. I don't want to sound like they usually say Debbie Downer, but I don't want to sound like a Dusty Downer and sound like I'm just all doom and gloom, but I'm also a realistic person, and I'm pretty sure that you all have drawn the same conclusion I have when it comes to Suzanne, which is a very sad situation. So Anyway, so I'm going to start off tonight. Oh, let me make a couple of announcements. One announcement I want to talk about is I've had a lot of people, well, not a lot, but I'm pretty, in my opinion, a lot, because I wasn't expecting it, but I did put up some of my photos for sale, and I've had a lot of people purchase those to try to help me fund a trip to Colorado. I want to go out there. I went out there last October. Now I want to go out there again soon. I'm not going to mention when I'm going to go out there, because for safety reasons, mostly. I'm not that worried about my safety per se, but I don't want people to know when I'm not at my house, if you know what I mean. So that's what I'm talking about. And yeah, so anyway, I'm not going to be announcing when I'm going or anything like that. But if you want to help get me out there and get some investigations, part of the show tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to you guys. I'm going to let you ask questions or make suggestions of what you think I should do, who you think I should attempt to talk to, where you think I should go to investigate, different topics like that. If you want to give me your opinion, I'll be more than happy to take those into consideration. And if I can make it happen, I will. So I just peeked in over here. Oh, and I also want to thank my moderators. They're amazing, and they always do a great job. And I'm so excited that they actually want to do this because, yeah, it's a hard job, especially in this chat, because people kind of go after each other a little bit. So, Kathy Drew, thank you so much. Not only for your donation, but asking about my son. My son's name is Trevin, and he is in basic training. And I talked to his mom the other day, who is a friend of mine now, was my wife, but I've been remarried for almost 12 years. So, but when we moved closer to be around Trevin. I have Trevor Noel on my mind. We moved closer to be close. My wife Tiffany and Charlie and I moved to be closer to Jennifer and Trevin when they were younger, and that's why we moved out here. And we became we didn't expect this to happen. We became good friends with my ex, which that was pretty amazing, and it really helped us co-parent. So anyway, that's a little sidetrack I got off on, but Trevor, gosh, I don't even know my own son's name. Trevin is doing good. She said that he's met some people with similar interests and beliefs as his, which that led to a study group that they have for church, which made me really happy. And yeah, he's doing good. He should graduate from basic training in June. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for asking about him. I appreciate that, Kathy. I hope he's doing good too. I mean, I'm sure he is. All right. So what else was I going to announce? I still haven't made my final decisions on my memberships yet. What I'm going to offer, like I said last week, I'm not going to offer anything I can't follow through with. So it's going to take me a few to get that together. I remember when Tyson and I started doing the memberships when we were together on the Draper Brothers channel. Yeah, we didn't really follow through on some of that stuff. Yeah, so, and I don't want to do that. Not with this channel. So anyway, all right. So I got a few things I'm going to talk about. Few interesting stories I saw while I was doing research. And one of them is, let me pull up my notes here. And a lot of you, I know you're going to know what these are. Like you probably know more about these stories than I do, I would think. But sorry, I'm popping them all up here at the same time. Okay. First, I'm going to talk about, let me get his picture up here so you'll. Sorry, my mic went out. I don't know if I did it or somebody else. Like some other problem. Hope you guys can hear me still. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Sorry, I mean, my mic was muted. Hopefully you guys heard me, what I was saying. Can you hear me now? Okay. Can hear you. I thought I said can't hear you. All right. Thumbs up. Thanks. So thank you, Maggie May. I appreciate that. I have a niece named Maggie, one of Tyson's girls. She's the youngest of Tyson. Well, not the youngest, but second youngest of Tyson's kids. And she's the cutest little thing. And every time I hear her name, it makes me happy. So thank you, Maggie. All right. So let me get back to where I was. This guy right here. Remember him? Psycho? Well, there's some news about Psycho today. Let me read what this says. I'm going to get his face off there. It says his real name is Audrey Barros. Barros? Something like that. Charged with killing fifth person in southern Colorado. So we can officially, I believe, before this, we could probably have even done this, but I could say this guy's a serial killer. No doubt in my mind that they would label him as a serial killer. It doesn't matter the reasons, if he was just a drug cartel hitman or whatever he is. It doesn't matter. He's a serial killer. It says Burroughs is charged in the deaths of Corina Arroyo. Let's say, I'll do them with the accent, okay? Myron Martinez, Shayla Hamill, Selena Esquivel, and Xavier Zevin Garcia. So those are the 5 people he killed. Here's Corina. Here, let me get this. I'm going to take your comment off here. Here's Corina. And this is really sad. This is Corina also. That was her missing poster. And this one is Selena Esquivel. And this one is Shayla Hamill. And this person is Myron Martinez. And there is one more named Zevin Garcia. Really sad. All these people brutally lost their lives because of this idiot. This guy right here. This serial killer. And right here it says, a man already charged with killing 4 people in connection with the discovery of human remains in missing persons cases in Colorado's San Luis Valley has been charged with murder in the death of a 5th person. Audrey Barros, this says Barros is what it's, they're showing me how to say it. That's cool. Was charged by prosecutors Monday with first-degree murder, tampering with human remains, and first-degree assault in the death of Corina Arroyo of Monte Vista, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation said in a press release. Barras is also charged in the deaths of Myron Martinez. Yeah, I already said all of their names and showed their pictures. I'm not going to read those again. I'll butcher their names probably again. Barras was arrested in New Mexico in November following the discovery of skeletal remains on 2 properties near Los Sosis, a tiny community outside Alamosa. If you'd remember, Tyson went out there and took a picture of or video of the place where 2 bodies were found and where this guy supposedly lived. And the next time he tried to go out there, the place had burnt down. I don't think there's any coincidence what happened there. It says, so far, investigators have only officially identified the remains of Martinez and Hamill. I didn't know that. Wow. So, yeah, good thing they got that guy. Man, what a jerk, man. I mean, that's a light way to put what he is, but all right. Then I saw another news article that really shook me up. This is going to be a long one, so I needed a drink. All right, this one shook me up a little bit. I'm going to show you some videos about this one. So what this is this is an elderly lady. What's going on in Colorado, you guys? I'm not trying to bash Colorado, but every time I hear a story, it's either it's in Colorado, Indiana, or Florida, it seems like. But what's Colorado? I don't know if it's just because we got our attention there because of Suzanne and a few other reasons, but yeah, this happened in Colorado. So it says, moment Colorado cops fist bump and laugh at video of themselves breaking arm and dislocating shoulder of dementia-suffering woman 73 after she left Walmart without paying $13. I mean, come on, man. You got to use some discretion. Yeah, she took stuff, but she has dementia. I know they might not have known that, but you can figure that out pretty quickly. Yeah, let's I'm going to show you some video. It's if this kind of stuff disturbs you, just be warned, because it's just all I can imagine if this was my grandmother or my mother or somebody like that.
26.
Back it up.
June 26, 2020. Attorneys say this video shows 73-year-old Karen Garner being stopped by Walmart employees after she wandered out of the store without paying for soda and detergent. Employees eventually escort her back inside. According to a federal civil rights lawsuit, Ms. Garner tried to pay for the items, but employees wouldn't let her. Police had already been called, and that's when Ms. Garner decides to walk home. She was just 2 blocks from her home when she was stopped.
All right, let's stop, ma'am.
But attorney Sarah Shelkey says her client's disabilities weren't considered during the arrest that followed.
Ms. Garner was suffering from dementia. She was suffering from sensory aphasia. They both affect her ability to really understand what's going on in the world around her. The video is insane to watch.
2 minutes into the body camera video, the lawsuit says Officer Austin Hopp grabs Miss Garner's left arm and takes her to the ground.
I'm going home.
Why the heck did they do that? I don't understand.
It makes you very worried about vulnerable people in the community with a police force like that.
Garner is
Amen.
eventually handcuffed and taken to a patrol car. By that time, Officer Dadia Jalali has arrived on scene.
Rich, get in the car.
In you go.
Do not hook onto him.
And a citizen who's been watching the interaction approaches the officers.
You have to use that much aggression? Yeah, give me your car so I can put a report.
Okay.
I see you say.
Hey, I'm gonna ring my cowbell for this guy. What an awesome person to see something that's going on like this and ask the cops, do you have to use that much aggression? That's awesome. I don't know who this guy is, but man, what an awesome person right here.
There, how you throw that little kid.
This isn't just some random act of aggression.
Their supervising sergeant.
He thinks it's a little kid because she's so
small.
small.
Made the comment, what, when you told her to stop, she kept walking, right? So we got her on obstruction. We got her on resisting. Take her to the jail. And if they don't want to prosecute her, I don't care.
Before Mrs. Garner is transported to jail, the officers talk more about the ordeal.
A little bloody, a little muddy, that's how it works.
Yeah, is the blood on her? Yeah, that's her blood.
Mrs. Garner was transported to the department, and court documents allege she spent several hours crying in pain.
Ouch.
That's okay. We got you.
The suit says she was later taken to the Larimer County Jail in Fort Collins while injured.
Dislocated her shoulder, fractured her arm, kept her in a jail cell away from family, medical care, everything that a vulnerable at-risk person in the community like her needed then. They kept her from it for over 6 hours.
Now, Shelke says the family needs to see accountability.
The behavior is indefensible.
Golly.
They knew they were being recorded, and yet they did it anyway. We have to ask ourselves, why?
We reached out to Loveland Police, and they tell us it's policy that they can't comment on pending litigation.
So I see that Kathy said here that all 4 are on leave. But what I read, and I'm not doubting that that might be true, but what I read was 2 of them were on leave and 2 of them were reassigned. How do you reassign somebody? Come on. They are suing Gil. Thank goodness. That's why they have that lawyer. It's a civil rights case, I believe. So yeah, there, and somebody else commented there was video of them laughing. So let me.
Where one officer is on leave, 2 others are being reassigned while police take a closer look at this video of a June 2020 arrest.
Karen Gardner currently lives in a memory care facility,
poor
but for
lady.
several terrifying hours, she was in a jail cell with a dislocated arm. And the crime? Well, she didn't pay for $14 worth of stuff at Walmart, common among dementia patients.
Loveland police told us today they just found out about the details around this arrest 10 months after it actually happened.
Denver 7's Gary Brode asked the chief of police what took so long.
If you try to kick me, oh, this is going to be bad.
With flowers in her hand, this 73-year-old woman with dementia seen in body cam video being taken down 3 times during a 30-minute confrontation.
Just go to the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
It started after Karen Garner was accused of stealing $13.88 worth of items at a nearby Walmart. She was stopped a short time later.
Let's stop. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play this anymore. It's bothering me too much. Ugh. Anyway, what I wanted to show you in that was the police laughing that she was in there crying in her cell, and that made me so mad when I heard that. I'm not anti-police. I'm not, but I'm anti-bad police, and those guys, they don't need to be cops. Not acting like that. Especially when they're fist bumping and laughing and carrying on because this lady's hurt in her cell. And they have her handcuffed in her cell while she's got a broken arm and a dislocated shoulder. So, unbelievable. And this says right here, the suit says during the first hour Garner was in custody, she said they hurt my shoulders 22 times and they hurt my wrists 13 times, and she wasn't given any medical treatment. Unbelievable. Bunch of jerks. All right. Well, I'm going to move on from this because it's making me frustrated. Anyway, clean it up, cops. It's messed up. All right. So another bit of news that came out this week that has been being talked about a lot, especially on sites like Reddit, stuff like that, is, and it sort of involves the Delphi case up in Indiana. So there was a guy, let me see when it happened. Sorry. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see this guy's picture. Talking about a real jerk, man. All right. So this guy, This guy's name is James Brian Chadwell II. There's two of this person. I'm sure his dad's not like him. Hopefully not. But it says, according to court documents, that, oh, wait, let me tell, before I read the headline, let me tell you what this is about. Apparently, they found a 9-year-old girl in this guy's basement, and he had been letting his dog bite her. He had apparently sexually assaulted her, and he choked her so hard that her eyes are bleeding or something like that. So I know it's messed up, all this stuff I'm showing, but this is a true crime channel, and this is going to lead to something. So let me just play this real quick. It's not going to show anything like that. Sorry about that last one.
New details tonight after a missing girl was found hurt in her neighbor's home.
I just want to give you the news.
That neighbor of forcing the little girl into his basement and then assaulting her.
Our Dustin Grove joins us tonight with what investigators say happened and the message to parents everywhere.
On a normally calm park court in Lafayette,
it's quiet. It's quiet. Our kids run around here and play.
The yellow tape is still up around this home. Police parked to secure the scene and neighbors on edge after the discovery inside.
And we're just sitting here going, oh my God, when we found out that there was a little girl.
Inside.
Inside. We were totally shocked. We're like, oh my God.
That 9-year-old girl's mother reported her missing Monday night when she didn't come home. Officers arrived, began looking through the neighborhood, and eventually they ended up here at this house, not far away. Police say they talked to the man who lives here, then went in and found the missing girl with visible signs of injury, including bruising on her body and an injury on her lower leg consistent with a dog bite. The girl went to the hospital, and 42-year-old James Chadwell II went to jail, arrested for criminal confinement.
We do believe that she was being held against her will.
According to court documents, Chadwell is accused of forcing the girl into the basement, where he assaulted her and threatened to kill her if she screamed or told anyone.
There are people out there that will victimize children, and this is a perfect example of this happening. So take the time to talk to your children, educate them.
Back on Park Court.
That's heartbreaking.
Neighbors hurting for that little girl and her family, and for their neighborhood too.
But I tell my kids, don't go outside unless it's an adult out here with you. I don't trust too many people, and this is the exact reason why.
Family members are telling us that 9-year-old girl is still in the hospital tonight, and at last check, the suspect was still in jail.
Of course he is. He ain't going nowhere.
Outstanding warrants.
That guy's not going nowhere for a long time, hopefully. So one thing I wanted to mention was, you know, I showed something bad about the cops right there on the story before this. I'm going to give all the respect in the world to the police. They found this girl really fast. Like they found her 30 minutes after her mom reported her missing, which is amazing. And it makes you think, were they watching this guy or something? You know, were they looking at him for some reason? You know, why did they find her so fast? So, yeah, really crazy. So the reason I'm saying that it might be connected to the Delphi case is because this guy checks a lot of boxes when it comes to the suspect that we know as the bridge guy. And we don't know a whole lot about him, but we have they have quite a range. So one thing they said about the Delphi Bridge Guy was he may appear a lot younger than he is. So let me ask you this. Let me pop up his picture real quick. Let me find it. Oh yeah, I shared the screen. Now I got to do it again. All right. So to me, this guy doesn't look like he just doesn't look like he's 42. I mean, he looks younger than that to me, but that's just my opinion. So they said he may appear younger. That's why they had a range from like 20 something up to 40 something maybe. I can't remember what the exact range was. But also, he lives really close to Delphi. Lafayette's not, I think it's 30 minutes away from Delphi. So he'd be familiar with the area. He's got a lot of pictures on his Facebook and different social media with bridges and train tracks and water. I think he even worked on the railroad for a while. He was homeless for a while, living under bridges. When Tyson and I went back and I looked to see if I could find video of this or pictures of this, because I know I took some pictures, but they might have been on my phone. But when we got to the Monon High Bridge in Delphi back in September, one of the first things I noticed was a big blue tarp underneath the bridge. So we went down and we moved it. It was pretty heavy. We moved it and it was just full of water and stuff. So I thought maybe it was from somebody living down there or something, and it may have been. But so this guy he's been in jail plenty of times. Let me pull up his rap sheet real quick. He's got quite an extensive one. So I'll share it with you. So I hope you can see this. If you can't, I'm sorry. Oh, I got a thing where I can zoom in. Look at that technology. Zoom, zoom. All right. So anyway, this guy, James, this is not his rap sheet, so bear with me. I don't have that handy, but these are the charges he's charged with in this case. So first charge, attempted murder, attempting intentional killing of another, child molesting where defendant is at least 21 years of age. He's got 2 counts of that. Kidnapping where victim is less than 14 years of age. She was 9. Criminal confinement resulting in serious bodily injury. Battery resulting in serious bodily injury, and strangulation. Unbelievable. So that's why I said I don't think he's going anywhere. I believe his bond was like $500,000 or something like that, which it should have been higher than that, but I'm not the person that decides that. So messed up. See if I can get to the next page. That's nothing. All right. So that guy's bad news. But I also, some people have asked not to show side-by-side pictures, okay? I don't understand that, why that would matter. I mean, if this guy might be somebody, he's obviously somebody that will hurt young kids or try to kill them. I mean, he was strangling this little girl till her eyes were bleeding, and if the cops didn't come looking for her, she probably would be dead. So I'm going to show a side-by-side. Now, to me, there's a lot of similarities there. Look at his nose. I mean, even his eyes, I don't know. They look similar to me. Some people said this one looks similar. Some people said it don't. I mean, it's all up to what you think. And then they got this one. Some people say he looks like this one. Some say he doesn't. But I don't know. Like, I think he looks more like this one, to be honest with you. But sketches are sketches. Sketches aren't like you didn't take a picture of the person. Even though they have a picture of the person that they say did this, it's not a good picture, but they were able to get certain characteristics like height. They said he was between 5'8" and 5'10" or 5'11" or something, and this guy's 5'8". They said the bridge guy weighed between like 180 and whatever. This guy weighed like 170. I don't know how much he weighed back in 2017. I do know I went through all of his Facebook and his different stuff. This guy posts a lot of stuff. But guess what? In February, he didn't hardly post anything in February of 2017. It's like he went dark, and he wasn't locked up because I checked that, but he was locked up before. He did a lot of stupid stuff in his life, theft and criminal trespass, which I think the criminal trespass would be when he's homeless. He's trying to look for somewhere to sleep or something, but that's just my guess. I don't know. But he's got a long rap sheet. I don't have it handy, but it's easy to find on the internet. He was in prison in South Dakota for a while. I know that. And he also has ties to, do you remember, some of you might not have heard about the case that's similar to the Delphi case that happened in Evansdale, Iowa. Well, this guy has ties to Iowa, which is crazy. So here's a map of Iowa. He has ties to Sioux City, was one of the places he had ties to. And these other murders happened back in 2012 in Evansdale, which is 3.5 hours away. That's not a stretch to say he could have went there. I don't know much about that case. There's also a tie to this place called Rock Valley, which is about 4.5 hours away. So anyway, what is this map? Oh, this was where he lived, Peru. That's not where he lived when this happened, but that's where he lived most of his life, was in Peru. And it's 40 minutes from Delphi. It's crazy. So I don't know if this guy has anything to do with the killing of Abby and Libby. I don't know. But I do know there's a lot of people suspecting that he may have. I also heard that his own brother and maybe his dad posted something on Facebook about they better look at him for that. But it's been deleted and I haven't seen it. But there's one more creepy thing I want to show you about this guy. So I recorded a video. This guy has a tattoo somewhere on his body. I can't remember where it was, but it's a tattoo of what looks like a girl's face, but it's made to look like a dead girl's face because the eyes are like hollowed out. They're not, you know what I'm saying? You'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. But I noticed something, and I think I noticed it because somebody else had posted a picture side by side of Libby German and this tattoo right next to each other. So I used my Photoshop and I tried something and I recorded it, and I was going to put it out the other day, but I didn't have time. So here's that video. All right. You want to see something creepy? So this picture on the right here, so I can get it straighter. Picture on the right is a tattoo from James Bryan Chadwell. I think it's on his arm. I can't remember. But watch this. So if you overlay this, onto Libby, watch. Just the opacity. How creepy is that? It fits perfectly on there. See? This dead-eyed girl that he has tattooed on himself. Looks like they just took a picture of Libby. I might have said Abby, but Libby, and put it directly over him, like traced it, and then did a tattoo of it. Apparently. So weird. It's like you're seeing. Oh gosh, that's so strange. That's creeping me out. All right. Just wanted to show you that. Isn't that weird? That was so weird. I mean, that how can that be an accident? I don't understand. Like, that is, yeah. Well, where was that? Somebody said that's disturbing. Amen, Rachel. Very, very disturbing. And it's just so, gosh, I don't know. Yeah, that's his tattoo. I mean, that's pretty sure. I mean, that's at least that's what I saw. So, I don't know. There is also a hand-carved wooden sign at the trail as a memorial that has Abby and Libby's faces. I didn't see their faces carved there, but I did see that memorial you're talking about. Tyson and I left flowers there, and we passed it a few times while we were walking the trail, but I'm not saying it's not there. I just don't remember it. I'm going to have to go back and look at my footage because we have that footage. So, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It looks like a trophy or something. Weird, weird, weird. Yeah, true. And the news has been reporting that he's got a lot of, well, not about news, but people like me have been reporting that he's got a lot of occult type tattoos all over him that might go along with the signatures that they said that I always get this guy's name wrong. Hope I get it right. That Robert Ives, hope that's his name, the ex-prosecutor from Chaffee County. Not Chaffee County. Sorry, Carroll County. I get all this stuff mixed up. Sorry. Carroll County, Indiana. He used to be the prosecutor, and he said there were some signatures at the crime scene that were weird. So, yeah. Oh, thanks. You know, we got a lot of stuff wrong in that, though. I'm going to be honest with you. We went in there with not a whole lot of information, and we got set straight by people who did have information. I went back and watched some of that, and there was a lot of stuff that we didn't know before. We should have prepared a little better before we went, but we were new to that case, and we didn't know a whole lot about it. But yeah, we did get some cool footage. I want to go back because I don't live too far from Delphi. It's about 4 or 5 hours from where I live, and that's an easy trip to make. And I would like to go back. It's pretty different feeling up there, though. It's pretty crazy. Oh, thank you, Melody. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your donation. Like I said before, I'm using this. Any donations I get or any money I make off of, you know, when I say these pictures that I took, and I say they're for fundraising for investigations and research and trips, that's exactly what that money's going to. You know, I work full time, and I have a lot of other responsibilities as a dad and as a husband and as a, you know, I do some church work. So I don't get a whole lot of time to go places, but I have, since I've been doing the YouTube thing, I have been to a few different places. Delphi and Salida are two of those. And yeah, I mean, I'm wanting to go to a lot more places in the future, hopefully. But yeah, it's going to take a lot of you guys doing what you're doing to help me out, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. All right. So I don't know if this guy, like I said, I don't know if this guy Chadwell has anything to do with the Delphi stuff. But out of all the suspects I've seen, I don't remember any of them checking as many boxes as this guy. I mean, he's the closest to what they've described. And then he has the recent stuff going on with this 9-year-old girl that he darn near killed. So anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on it. That's for sure. Where's that? Jane, yes, I did see his TikTok, and he has some pretty disturbing stuff on there. I'm talking about, like, you'll have to go watch it. I don't want to talk about that stuff on here, but, you know, he's talking about, yeah, well, go watch it if you want to see it. All right. So I've got to work my way around to the Suzanne Morphew case. This is where I'm going to need a lot of your help, because what I want to do, I'm going to give you a couple of items of things that I've been thinking about and things I've been seeing this past week concerning the case. But I also want to hear from all you. I'm going to be going to Colorado pretty soon. And I'm not going to say, like I said earlier, I'm not going to say exactly when for safety reasons and stuff like that. But when I go, I want to, since you all are helping me go with the funding and different things, I want you to be part of it. So I want you all to give me ideas. I want to ask a few questions. And if my mods want to do this, I would really appreciate it if you want to put the questions up when I ask them. I want to know where you would want me to go while I'm there to get footage. Either I'm going to take my drone so I can get drone footage. I can get, I'm going to have a GoPro, so I'll have that. I can get photographs because I'll have a camera. So anywhere you want me to go, just let me know. Last time I did some drone footage over the Puma Path house. I had the neighbors come out, the Ritters. If I had that video, I would play it. It's pretty funny, but yeah, fitters. I already did. They're not going to talk to me. They'll recognize me. Yeah, I talked to them. They were running me off. They said I was on private property, which I wasn't. So, but they thought I was. Anyway, and then I flew over their house and over Barry's house. Well, Suzanne's house, and she paid for it. But yeah, I flew. And then that night I went back and was looking at the footage in the hotel room, and there's Barry walking around by his garage, and his truck's out there. And I had checked already to see if he was home, and he wasn't. And I think the Ritters called him and said, there's a guy flying a drone over your house. So I've got my first request here, I think. No, actually, there's been a bunch. I'm going to go back. Thank you. Thanks for posting that, Nicole. That is definitely on my list. I'm definitely going there because I am convinced that that's where Mallory and Macy were on May 9th, the day before. They weren't in Utah. They weren't in Idaho. They were at Crested Butte. I did a lot of research on that place. I looked at a lot of satellite images. I know what the river looks like right there where they took that picture. I know what the mountains look like. I even know there's a trailhead right there. I know the name of it. And I'm going to go right there. So one of their videos, it shows one of those, their photos, the reason I knew where it was, because there was a ski lift right behind them. And it looked, and I just put two and two together. And, you know, like I said, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Yes, make a list and send it my way. So can you go around the general area? The elderly lady heard loud machinery tonight. Yes, I can. See, I'm going to write all these down because sometimes I can't find stuff in the chat. So I'm going to put the beach property because I was already planning on going there, but Crested Butte, I had that on there. And Gunnison around the college over there, Western Colorado. I'm going over there. Yeah. Beach site. Yeah. Longhorn Ranch beach site. That's the same as that other one I wrote. So Longhorn. Yeah. Oh, please talk to Lauren Scharf. Okay. So when Tyson and I were working together, he spoke to her a lot. As you guys know, he was up in Colorado and he talked to her, and they drove around in her news car, which I probably shouldn't have said that because he said that she would have gotten in trouble. Sorry about that, Lauren. Forget you heard that. Tyson wasn't in that vehicle. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people think of me. So they might talk to me and they might not. Excuse me. Sorry, allergies. So where the fire was. Yes, I'll definitely go there. Thank you, Gil. That is called, what is that place called? Where that cabin was. I know where it is. I just don't remember the name of it. I know exactly where it is. George. Yeah. That might be a stretch to get him to talk to me if I'm trying to keep a low profile. that might not be the guy to talk to. The hilltops behind their house. All right. I'm going to go all over that place. Somebody else already asked me to do something around there, so definitely going to do that. Yes, I actually, if there was one person I would want to talk to, well, actually, that's not true because there's a lot of people I want to talk to, and I don't know how to put them in an order. But Cassidy is high on the list of people I would want to talk to. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I don't even know if he still lives around there. I heard he moved, so. Well, Lauren did. So, really, Martin? Do you really think I'm going to understand what he said? Just kidding. I mean, I could decipher a lot of what he says, but. So, law enforcement canvassing area after she was reported missing. Within 30 minutes, he was only one who said he had seen her. Law enforcement went in, found her locked in basement. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Talking about that Chadwell guy. Still, that's awesome that they found her so fast. That's a miracle. So yeah, there's a home there, but that doesn't mean that. I mean, she's talking about where the beach property was. That doesn't mean I'm gonna, go knocking on any doors and saying, "Can I tear up your driveway and get some pictures?" But the general area. A lot of people, all they've seen is those videos of, the FBI and all of them tearing up not tearing up. They cut that little piece out. Definitely going there and there for sure. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're talking about Mr. Ritter. So let me give you a breakdown of how that went. So as you get off 50, Highway 50, there's two ways you can go to go toward over by Barry and Suzanne's house. One's on this side of the river, and one's on the other side of the river. The Arkansas River runs right through their backyard. So I pulled off on this little dirt road. There's no signs up there saying private property. It's just a road. And if you keep driving, there's a fork in the road. And you can go right, and that'll take you down past one house on the left. I don't know whose house that is. To get to the end of the road, it's a dead end, and the Ritter's house is directly on the left. So you have to turn around and go back. And that is, it did say private drive there. Well, maybe it didn't. I don't remember. But anyway, so, but if you go the other way on the fork, there's some camping areas over there. And I didn't go anywhere except on the road. I parked on the road. I got my drone out. I flew it over the trees and over the Morphew house, and I flew it over the Ritter's house too. They didn't like that, I guess. So I'm out there for about 20 minutes flying it, and I see a car pulling up. So the wind was blowing like crazy. First of all, I didn't even know if I was going to get to fly that drone because the wind was so bad. It was so bad when I left the hatch up on the SUV I rented. There was a lot of my stuff blew out. So I landed the drone. When I landed my drone, I see the Mr. Ritter pulling up. Well, he parked about 50 yards away and walked over toward me. And I remember this part because I thought he was using this to intimidate me, tried to anyways. He had an NRA jacket on. And I was like, is this guy wearing this to try to intimidate me? Like, oh, hey, I own guns, so you better do what I say. Well, it didn't work. But anyway, so I'm out there picking up my stuff that blew out of the SUV, and he's trying to talk to me and the wind's blowing. Well, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm hard of hearing. The reason I'm hard of hearing, one of the reasons is because I shot a lot of concerts when I was doing photography full time, which I was doing that. That was my part-time job. Even when I was doing photography full time, I was going to concerts at night, shooting, doing stuff down in Nashville. So I lost a lot of my hearing. So I can't hear what he's saying to me, first of all. Plus the wind's blowing. So I'm picking my stuff up, just going about my business. And then I get over there and he's pretty close. And I say, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, you're on private property. And I'm like, not, hey, my name's Mr. Ritter or nothing like that. Just you're on private property. And I'm like, well, this road's private property? He said, yeah, all the way from here, all the way up that mountain is private property, which is funny because Highway 50 runs in the middle of where he said was private property. So I said, well, that's weird. Really? And so I said, well, I was leaving anyway, but I'm just picking my stuff up. And that was true. I was getting ready to go because I was going to a different spot. So he drives, he gets in his car, turns around, drives over by that private drive I was talking about, turns his car around, points his car at me, and like waits for me to leave. So what happens when somebody does that to me? It's like one time I was in Tennessee and I went to the bathroom in this, I think it was a grocery store. And I'm in there. I was almost done. And somebody starts pounding on the door. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to sit in here for a little bit longer. They pounded a couple more times. Every time they pounded, it was another extra few minutes that I stayed in there. But anyway, so when he was waiting there, I took my time. I got in the car. And then while I was waiting, doing that, I was taking my time after I got all my stuff packed up. I started getting irritated because he's still sitting there. So I decided I'm going to go talk to him. So I got my camera, my GoPro ready, and I had it like right here by the window. And I'm going to have to play that video. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to pull it up because this is a good story to tell if you haven't heard it before. If you have, I'm sorry. And if you've seen this video, sorry about that too. But it's interesting for sure. So completed videos. I hope I can find it fast. A lot of these videos are like hidden for some strange reason. Oh, found it. All right. I'm going to load it up. It's pretty interesting. You get a glimpse into so I told you the story all the way up until they talked to me. So here's where they talked to. Let me get it pulled up. Make sure it's going to work before I tell you I'm going to do it. I guess I already told you, so I got to get it going now. Beep. I wasn't expecting this one. I've been trying to have my ducks in a row, but I wasn't expecting to play this one. So I'm pretty happy that it. All right. I don't know why it's. Since he waited for me to leave. I forgot I put the comments on here. What's taking so long? I just got a couple questions. Do you own this? All right, something's wrong. Let me fix this here. I was like, why is it taking so long? It never can go smooth with my videos. I'm going to play one without the comments, maybe. Okay, I get it. So I put the wrong one up. Here we go. Can I talk to you? I just got a couple questions. Do you own this property or does somebody else?
You can turn that off.
No, I'm not going to turn it off. I'm protecting myself. I just want to know if you own the property or someone else. This is weird. He starts backing up, and then he goes forward.
I'll drive home. I'm going to call the county sheriff.
Okay, that's good.
Otherwise, I'd get off.
Is there a reason that you don't want me to try to help find Suzanne?
You're trespassing.
Sign up there?
No. There's no sign.
Private road, no exit.
You can't be trespassed unless you're warned once. So I haven't been warned yet.
You've been warned.
No, it has to be by law enforcement. I don't think he knows reverse from drive. They were not happy. I guess they're not used to people telling them no. They're rich and stuff. There he goes. Miss Ritter was in there jawing at me too. Did you hear her? So for those that don't know, these are funny comments. I forgot I put those in there. Still having trouble? Bye. You got me. That's so funny. All right. So for those that don't know, Gene Ritter, who's sitting right in the passenger seat, if you look past the pointing finger, that rude pointing finger at me, you could see her. She's the same one that called 911 when either Barry or the girls called her. I don't remember who did or whatever. So anyway. So yeah. Why did he keep moving his car? Somebody asked, why did he keep moving his car? I thought that that was weird. I don't know why he did that. I think he was trying to get out of the way of the camera. He didn't know that I was just pointing it straight like that. I think that he thought I was, moving it. But yeah, I'm going to have to put these things back up. I took a lot of this stuff. Well, I didn't take it down, but it used to be on the Draper Brothers stuff, but I downloaded all of it and I have the originals, and so I need to put some of this stuff back up. That's pretty cool. I forget about a lot of this stuff. I've been thinking about getting a disguise and trying to talk to some of these people. I think that would be pretty funny. And I think that I could get information. I don't think it would just be funny. I think it could actually, I could get some info. So, yeah. You know, it was really weird. Like, why did they care that I was over there? It really wasn't private property. It wasn't. I mean, I've showed it on the map where I went in, and I've showed a satellite image of the entrance, and there's no sign at all that says anything about it being private property. So I wonder why they're so protective of it. It's weird. And I would bet all the money in my wallet right now, which isn't a whole lot, but I would bet that they called Barry, and that's why he showed up right shortly after that encounter. I went to a different spot over down 225. I went down there. I was about half a mile from their house, and I started flying the drone again, and they drove by and looked at me when I was over there. But then, like I said, that night, Barry's truck was on the footage, and he was too. He hurried up into the garage when he saw the drone. So, yeah. So, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. Anyway. So Barry's on their speed dial, I believe. Good thing that finger wasn't loaded. I know he had it zoned in on me. Well, Mr. NRA over there. Him in his NRA jacket. I forgot that guy's name, his first name. They own the mountain. Yeah, somebody does. They said it was private property. The mountain across the street from their house. Well, across 50. All right. So I'm going to go back through the comments. Hey, that's a fantastic idea. But the only problem with that, I think a company bought it so they can rent it out as an Airbnb or something. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I can't afford it. So, so RTG Boots on the Ground says he has new info on Suzanne's case. He wants to share it. Sweet. I've talked to him before. His wife wrote to me too one time. He told me that I didn't know it was his wife at the time, but he like commented on here and said, thanks for being nice. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I be nice to her? She was giving me info. Oh, that's funny, Jilly Bean. Wear the wig Trevor wore. Yeah. Some people say it was a guy named Michael Craig. I believe it was Morgan that made that comment. But yeah, I think it would be fun. The only problem with that is if I did that, I would probably have to shave. And I look super young when I shave. Like Charlie told me I look like mommy when I shave. And Tiffany said when I kiss her, it feels like she was cheating on me or something because she's not used to it. I've had a beard almost our whole marriage. I've only shaved a couple of times. One of the times I shaved my beard off was when my daughter, she was a cheerleader, and she was having senior night. So I shaved, and I left like a big long mustache like that, and then some sideburns. I told her I was going to go like that, and she's like, "No, you're not." Yeah, she gets freaked out. She wouldn't even add me on Facebook for years because I was posting weird Photoshop pictures of myself. She said if I deleted them, she'd add me on Facebook. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Yeah, she says Tiffany won't let you shave it. She won't care. I'm looking back through. So Trevor, I would bet $1 million if I had it that Trevor would never speak to me. You saw what happened on that phone call. As soon as I said my name, it was like he was gone. You know you're old when you go like that to hang up a phone. Not even the touch one. It was like the horn one that I was hanging up. That's funny. You know what happened the other day? I'm getting off on all these little tangents, but that's okay. It's fun. I took Charlie with me. We were helping a family move that went to church with us. They were moving in on the other side of town, and they had a U-Haul. And Charlie was in the U-Haul with me because I was moving it. And they had roll-up windows. And he was like, what's this? He had never seen like a hand crank window before. He had only seen automatic windows. And I was blown away. I couldn't believe he asked me that. And he's a smart kid, but he'd just never seen it before. So, all right. So Trevor, the Ritters, Shoshona. I don't call her Show. I can't say that. Okay, look, this is funny. What you're saying here. Okay, the reason. Okay, Trevor, I've called him and he's actually answered. I've tried to call her, Shoshona. I've already talked to the Ritters and they don't like me. I tried to call the sheriff. I can't find Cassidy's phone number. Morgan and Jeff. Tyson tried to call Morgan and she blocked him because she hates us because of some of the stuff we said. And Jeff. So 2 of those I haven't tried, 2 of them I haven't tried communicating with, maybe 3. But yeah, I could do that. You know what? I had his number pulled up today and I was going to text him and then I got busy. I was going to say hi. I haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, I'll tell him. I thought of him because somebody sent me a video of when him and Tyson were up in Salida helping with the search that Andy Mormon put together. And I'd never seen that footage. It was news footage. And yeah, it was interesting. I had never seen it before, so it's pretty cool to see it. Pula, welcome. I had never seen you here before, but welcome. Shosho is short for Shoshona, who is rumored to be a friend of Barry Morphew. So, yeah, I know these are annoying when people do that, but oh well. Want to hear an interesting fact about Shoshona? If you go back to last week's 321 report, I showed a video of a guy named Francis Spock, and he did an interview back when I think it was 9 days after Suzanne went missing. He said he was on the same road riding his bike the same day, saw a suspicious car or whatever. Well, come to find out, he is one of Shoshona's ex-boyfriends, apparently. So small world up there in Salida, huh? That is weird because she's connected to the case through rumors about her and Barry. Apparently they're friends. And her ex is on TV talking about a missing woman that is her ex's friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. Doesn't look good. So I tried to contact her to ask her questions about that. and she didn't respond. So I don't know. Sorry, allergies, like I said. There's no way on the green earth that God created that Sarah would ever speak to me. I guarantee that. Ooh, that's interesting. So, gosh, my nose is, sorry about that. I know. So this one's interesting. I'll tell you why. I think that this person would be one of the most interesting people to talk to, because from what I hear, Suzanne took her bike to be serviced by Scott. And by the way, I don't think he works at a bike shop. I think he owns his own business and he works on them out of his own home, from what I can gather. I may be wrong about that. I know he has a Facebook page or something because somebody sent me a picture of it, and I had found that previously. But I heard that she took her bike to be repaired the Thursday before she went missing. And I don't know if that's true or not. I can't find any confirmation on that. But that that could be very, very helpful information if that is true, because we heard rumors that there were two bikes, and one was bought for parts apparently, and it was not a good bike. But why would you buy an old bike for parts for a $4,000 or $3,000 bike that apparently Suzanne had? I don't know. But anyway, that's a good one. I'm going to look into that. Scott. I got numbers for him. Yep. There is one that I am going to look at. Thank you for reminding me. I had it on my list too. Yeah, I believe so. I think they did, but then they came back pretty quick. Hey, that's a good idea. Speak with people from the domestic violence program Suzanne was involved. Is that the same thing as the Suzanne Morphew Hope Foundation, or is that something different? I don't know. Well, all I have to do is dress, because I am an old man. You know what I was thinking about, and I'm giving away a lot of my secrets, but I Googled this, and don't think I'm nuts, but I Googled like how to dye your beard gray, and all I could come up with when I said that was, or when I typed that was, how to get rid of gray out of your beard. That's not what I was looking for. So yeah, it's funny. The place he got the posters made, if they still work there, the woman who he spoke with. Good. That's a good idea. When I was out there last time, I went into a few places, and a lot of places, I mean, they were all pretty much open when I was out there. I mean, this might be hard to believe, but it's not like, I mean, I saw a couple of flyers up, but that's about it. I really didn't see a whole lot that tells me that if I was to go to that town, I probably wouldn't even notice that someone was missing from there if I hadn't heard about it, to be honest with you. That might be different coming up soon, because it's about the year anniversary. There's probably going to be a lot of news people out and about. You know, they're going to have the celebrations for her, all that. So I'm not doing that. Sorry. Unless it's that woman from The Greatest Showman, the bearded lady. I would not make a good looking woman, I'll tell you that. Oh, yeah. I was going to pop in there. I don't need a haircut. I cut my own hair, believe it or not. Probably do believe it looking at it. Oh, you reminded me of something. So Daniel had been out and about recently. He sent me, I'm not going to show, I couldn't get he sent me some videos that he took, but they wouldn't load up on here. So, plus, I didn't really want to show the videos right now, but there are some stills from them. These are recent, by the way. Let me get the comment out there so you can see. So he ran into, from what I could gather from his videos, and these are from Daniel Donovan, by the way. He sent them to me and to Lauren, because you all might have seen the video that Lauren played earlier. But anyway, he saw a truck go by, a white truck, and it was pulling a bobcat. And he was like, well, I'm going to follow it. It might be Barry. And lo and behold, there he was. Some more pictures. You know what I was wondering, and I was going to ask Daniel this, but there's another person right there, like behind the truck in front of the bobcat, right there standing kind of on the trailer. Barry's in the bobcat at this point. And that's his new truck, by the way. So anyway, I was wondering who that guy was. It's a worker, apparently, and there's the truck pulling the bobcat. And there's the Range Rover right there. Yeah. So, and this is where they're at, is the condo. So they're still at the condo, apparently. So he was doing work next, like right down the street. When I was out there and drove by their condo, I didn't, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I do know what I was going to say. I didn't see the bobcat anywhere. And I thought, well, he's hiding it out somewhere. I wonder where that thing is. So, yeah. You know what's funny? Yeah. I hate that bobcat. You know what's funny is I see him everywhere now. And it's weird. I need to start taking a selfie with one every time I see one. Yeah, maybe. But that's a risky. She says other firemen, maybe one will talk off camera. Long shot. That's risky because I don't know who he's friends with. I do know he still hangs out with some of them because there was a fireman license plate on a truck parked in front of their condo. And I'd seen that same truck at Walmart. This is a small place. I mean, it wasn't hard at all to find Barry's new place. I drove down one road and there he was. I mean, that's not even an exaggeration. I did. So anyway, so I don't know if that's a possibility or not. Yeah, I'm planning on doing this, Maggie. For sure, the salon. Maybe they can make me into somebody else. Yeah, good question. Why there are never billboards put up? Patricia, this is a question I have been asking since I started covering this case, and I haven't heard an answer yet. I don't know if they've retrieved her phone or if it's missing or whatever. I would love to know that, though. Yep. So this part right here, Morgan buying chlorine for BM. So we heard that. That's why Tyson did his video going in that stove and spa place and asking about chlorine, because we had heard that too. And I haven't heard a whole bunch of people talking about that. But yeah, we heard that also. I don't think if she did, I don't think she knew why. And I don't even know if she really bought it or not. But they definitely sell it there. And not just a little bit. They sell in big containers. All right. So Daniel, did you see Barry and girls placing the angel statue? All right. I'm gonna show you Lauren's video real quick so the people who don't know what this means will know. So here she goes.
50th birthday on April 30th.
Sorry, let me back it up.
As we approach Suzanne Morphew's 50th birthday on April 30th and the 1-year anniversary of her disappearance on May 10th, a statue that reads in memory of a loving mother was positioned near the area where Suzanne's bike was recovered in Chaffee County off of County Road 225.
You sure they didn't just throw it out of the truck?
Daniel Donovan sent me this video. You can clearly see the statue was carefully placed here. I was told by a close family friend that Barry and the girls did place the statue there, which belonged to Suzanne. It's called the Garden Girl statue, which Suzanne inherited after her mom passed away in 2013. The family tells me that the statue sat just outside Suzanne's mom's kitchen window in her rose garden. When I visited the Morphew home off of Puma Path before it was sold, I noticed the statue right outside the front door. No word yet if Barry or the daughters of Suzanne will be at the memorial/celebration of life on Suzanne's birthday in Poncha Springs, or if they plan on making a statement. Again, if you know anything about Suzanne's disappearance, please call the tip line at 719-312-7530. Continue to shine a bright light for Suzanne and use the hashtag #ShineBrightForSuzanne as we near the 1-year mark of her disappearance.
All right, I got a couple of comments about this statue. Okay, so first question is, if it was Suzanne's mother's and she gave it to Suzanne, and Suzanne obviously loved it, she kept it by her front door, why are you going to leave it out in the middle of somewhere you don't even live anymore? They don't even live over there. Why are you going to leave it there? I get it, but I mean, a little bit, but it's obviously been handed down. Why wouldn't you want it close to you, like at your place or something? That doesn't make any sense. I could see even if they still lived out there that you would put it there if you'd be able to drive by and see it or whatever, but this doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. I've been trying to do that for a long time, to put myself in their shoes, and ask myself, why would I do that? So, and I don't know if I'm cynical or what, but it almost feels like the time we heard Barry was out handing out flyers. You know what I'm saying? Like that you're going to go put this angel statue out by where this made up bike ride happened. Why are you doing that now? I mean, why was Barry passing out flyers like 9-10 months after his wife went missing? That doesn't make any sense. Here we go. This is what I was thinking. That's why I said it during the video. It's a reminder of her to them. They dumped it there to get rid of it. And also way too little too late. Hi, Gray Ghost. My dad was in the Navy. So, see, it says USN. My dad was in the Navy. I have an uncle that was on, he was in the Navy for a long time. He was on nuclear subs back in like the 80s. Yeah. Man, I have a brother-in-law that's in the Navy right now. So, yeah. If I was, okay, this goes along with theories I've talked about. Why would you want that angel anywhere near you if you know what happened or if you had anything to do with what happened? So that, in that point, and that's when it would make sense to me that why it's out there and not on their front door, by their front door like it was. Yeah, they're trying to. This is a good point. So the bike was thrown there. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying. So I'm going to put it in my own words though. So it's a way to reiterate their story, his story. I'm going to say that. She went on a bike ride, and that's why they're wanting people to think that's where if that's where she died, why is there no sign whatsoever that anybody was harmed there or whatever there? There's no signs of blood. If there was a mountain lion attack, if there was a crash, there's no sign of that at all. What was one of the other, and in one of Daniel's videos, I don't know if I don't know if they're posted anywhere, but Daniel finds right down towards the bottom of that hill, there's a barbed wire fence. One of Barry's theories was that she wrecked her bike, wandered off into the river, and was swept away or whatever. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, first of all, but she would have had to go through a fence, a barbed wire fence. So come on. None of these theories make any sense whatsoever. I want to see Martin's good point. Somebody said good point. Martin's points are always good. I think it says she got rid of everything else or something. Or they got rid of everything else like that she owned. Yep. Spot on. That's what I was trying to say. Yep. JL, I like the way you think. I popped up several of your comments because we're on the same wavelength here. I might believe they put it there, but I also think if they did, it wasn't for the reasons they want people to think it was put there. That's a great point, Mary Lou, because the week before we were all complaining he hasn't done anything, not even pass out flyers, and then boom, next week he goes and passes out flyers. All right, this is a good point. I want to bring up something about this because this is spot on with what I've seen. Okay, and I'm not, believe me, I'm not saying this stuff to toot my own horn or say, because I didn't want this to happen in a lot of cases, but because I wanted people to be able to see these things, but I also wanted to report on them. So what I'm saying is, anytime I mentioned something, even back when I was with Tyson and we did the Draper Brothers thing, when I would come on and I would mention, like, for example, Trevor Knowles, they have a company called Wander Unlimited. I call it Squander Unlimited because they've squandered all that money away that they raised for Suzanne, the search for Suzanne. So I wonder if I took it down. I was going to say I have a logo for Squander Unlimited. So anyway, that I talked about a blog they had on that website where they were traveling across country not too long after Suzanne went missing in a Mercedes-Benz van that they rented or bought. I don't know. But they were traveling around in that. So I spoke of that blog. What do you know? It disappears. So does his Instagram and all these other things I mentioned. So one of the things that was on there was some of Sarah's writings, his wife Sarah's writings. So somebody sent me a link to her blog. So I got on there and I screenshotted a bunch of them and I analyzed them and said, put these in perspective of Suzanne being missing and see how weird these are. What do you know? They go away. Then I start talking about, a few other things like Macy's boyfriend's Instagram. I post pictures from there. He locked it down. I mean, everywhere I tried to talk about something, they shut it down. So what does that tell you? They know what we're talking about on here. They're watching. I mean, so if you want to say anything, they're going to hear it. So go ahead. This is your chance to tell them. So you're spot on about this. They're watching. And you know how else I know they're watching? And how I know that when we get close to something, whenever we get close, here comes people, trolls and everybody attacking, saying, oh, and I've started to see that a little bit more. People coming out of the woodwork, saying certain things in the comments of videos and different things. It doesn't bother me in the least. I don't even care, because what it tells me is we're getting close to the truth, because it only happens when we touch on something that's really sensitive to them. So, yeah, just my observations. Jilly Bean. Thank you, Dusty. Works. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Sometimes it becomes a little bit of an obsession, I think, because you want to find answers. And not in a bad way, I guess, because, I mean, it could be if you let it overtake your life, which I try not to. I try to keep everything in perspective. I got a job, I got a family. It probably takes too much time right now, but one of these days I can hear my nose whistling. It's so weird. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I'm just going through the comments. Yep. That's what Martin was saying, I think, is they were getting rid of all of her stuff anyway. They don't want that around. It reminds them of Suzanne. Yeah. I think you're talking about down at the end of that hill. I think you're right. All right. There was another. Arborville. Yes. I believe that's where that fire was. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Says, I got blocked by Trevor at Wander Unlimited because I asked him about the wig. If you go there now, I'll show you. This is funny. Watch, I'm going to do a little experiment. They probably won't do it now that I'm talking about it. But it is like bare bones now. I'll show you what their website looks like. Yeah. It's weird too because they're an advertising agency, but they don't show very much. I guess they're running scared. Share the screen, window, boom. So let me get this. There we go. So look, it's an elk sitting in it. They got their logo on this barn. Not really, but they superimposed it. So they're an advertising agency, but they hate advertising. Let's see what this does. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's nothing anyway. It's just like music. I've never seen this before. It wasn't on here last time I looked. It'll be gone tomorrow, probably. Did you see that video creation? Like they created Barry's video. Did you know that? Squander Unlimited. So this is pretty much, let me turn that off. Pretty much all they have on here. Offerings. They used to have a blog and pictures. And oh, here's some reviews. Oh, I'd like to leave a review. Can I leave one? I don't think so. Contact. What? There's no phone number. There's a P.O. box. And it says hello@wanderunlimited.com. But they wrote it out so you can't like copy it, I guess. Weird. For an advertising agency, they sure don't show us a whole lot of their work. Weird. Anyway. Get a good look at it because it probably won't be there tomorrow. I wouldn't doubt it. So is Shirley and Trevor. See them up there? Always peeking on me. So, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, there's been certain things that happened that made me just Trevor hanging up on me. I mean, he knew who I was. I didn't know if he knew who I was. He probably heard that Draper name and was like, uh-oh, that ain't good. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Yep, it has. Yep. I've got plans to go to that hotel, to be honest with you. I want to go ask some questions. I don't know if I'll get the answers I'm wanting, but I want to go ask about I might find one that's chatty. Like you go there at night, you got the night shift people. they'll chat it up with you usually. I was going to ask if they could tell me how many nights, when the reservations were made, different stuff like that. We'll see. Yeah. Judy's saying I would love to if they'll talk to me. What's up, Gonzo? I really hope when I get a chance to go to Salida that I get to run into Gonzo. I hope. Like to sit down and talk to him. I know he works and he travels a lot. Well, actually, I am going to write a book. I have some people going to help me with that. They've already offered, so I don't see why I wouldn't. Awesome. I wonder if she would talk to me on camera. Right on, brother. Can't wait. So it says, so the hotel room that smelled like bleach and the woman that heard the machinery running in the middle of the night are two huge clues. She can't be far from there. I'm surprised nobody said anything about that wall, because I was planning on going there too. Yeah, this is funny. We will not stop spending GoFundMe money. You could add a lot to the end of that. We will not stop. You can add a lot to the end of that, except we will not stop looking for Suzanne, because you know that's a lie. Oh, very, very doubtful they ever were even in that room, to be honest with you. You got one handy? I don't have any. Like, I wish. I don't even know where you'd go get one of these cadaver dogs. All right. Well, I need to wrap this up, guys. I'm trying to think if there was anything I left out that I was going to talk about tonight. Check my notes. I think you guys did an amazing job keeping the conversation going. Uh-oh, I see my connection getting weak. Thank you, Marla. Can you guys hear me? Because it says my connection's unstable. I'm hoping that maybe it's a sign. There, it's going up now. Thank you, Marla. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. I do want to remind you guys, and if you haven't heard, I'll tell you for the first time. I do have photos for sale. The way I've been doing, I'll just tell you the way I've been doing it. And don't go thinking that I'm begging you to go buy photos of mine. You know, if you want to help me get out to Colorado, that's just the way I've come up with it that would help that. So the way I've been doing it for the people who have bought photos, instead of me trying to order a bunch of prints for everyone, what I've decided to do is I'm going to sell like the file for each photo. I got it. What I got going on is if you want one photo, it's $40, and then you can go print it however you want, however big you want, whatever. And if you want two, it'll be $60, and then if you want 5, it'll be like $100. So that's a pretty good deal. I mean, professional photos. I mean, you can go bid them, and I'll even give you the name of the printer I use that prints pretty cheap, and they're professional prints, and they've always been really good. So, anyway, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. And stay safe. I was reading some of your comments about some crazy stuff happening, and I got your email about it. So stay safe out there. So anyway, yeah. So if you guys want to do that with the photos and all that, just email me. If you need the link to the portfolio that I posted on my channel on the community page, if you didn't see that and you need the link, let me know. But all you do is you'll tell me which one you want, PayPal me the price of whatever it is you want, and then I'll send you the file in your own little Google Drive folder thing. It'll be a full res file. And if you need a release form, sometimes places that have you print, they'll make you have a release form from the photographer. So if you need that, I'll give that to you. So I'll have one. So anyway, yeah. And it's all a good cause. Let's get out there and go to all these places. So anyway, just email me if you want any of that stuff. So, all right. I appreciate y'all coming. I appreciate my moderator. Hey, it was pretty decent in here today. Like, I was looking through the comments, and there's people that were like, really cool to each other. So thanks, Gil. You're one of the ones that have been, a lot of you have been here through thick and thin and through me switching from Draper Brothers to here. But Gil, I just remember her all the time. She's awesome. And all of you are awesome too. I could just keep naming people as I go through here that have been supportive and been really awesome. So I'm missing some of these people. Let me go back up here. I'm going to say thank you to all these people because I missed one, and it's Mary Lou. Thank you, Mary Lou. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. All right, I'm going to go get something to eat and go spend time with my family. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, just if you have any information to give me, email me. If you want a photo, email me, whatever. So appreciate you guys listening to me. Thank you, Janny. I appreciate that. You guys are like the best subs and the best people. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's free. So just go and push that subscribe button, and it helps me out a lot. I forgot to change my numbers. I'm going to look real quick before I get off here and tell you what the subscription. I like to keep it up to date and tell you guys because we're like growing together. I think it's really cool. So, drum roll. How many? What? 1743. Wow. So that was from, I changed that last week, I think. So I've got 43 in a week. That's pretty good. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. All right. Appreciate you. And I'll see you soon. Adios. Maybe we have some surprises this week, so stay tuned. Bye. Adios.